Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at the top innovations in 5G.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And
Well,
to help us do that, we've got this great article here from Mobile Magazine
okay.
called Top 10 5G Innovations. And
Gotcha.
yeah, so we're really going to be diving deep into these innovations and, seeing
Yeah.
beyond just the hype, right? What's really going on, what's really
Kind of
changing.
cut through the noise.
Exactly. And I think one thing that kind of sets the stage for all of this is that
Sure.
by the end of 2024, we're expecting to see over 60% of global telecom operators
Wow.
to have standalone 5G networks.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and that's according to GSMA intelligence.
Mm.
So it really shows you that, this is something that
It's not going away.
it's not going away. There's a lot of demand for it.
Yeah,
And it's being driven a lot by these specialized services that 5G can offer.
exactly.
So without further ado,
Let's dive in.
let's dive right in. So the first one on this list that Mobile Magazine gives us is dynamic spectrum sharing,
Cool.
or DSS. And, what is this all about? Is this really revolutionary or what?
It really is, I think. And it's the idea that your phone can actually tell when it needs a little extra oomph. And so it can switch back and forth from 4G to 5G, depending on what you're doing.
Oh, wow. So, if I'm just browsing the web,
Yeah.
I might just be on 4G. But if I decide to, stream the latest,
Yeah, stream a movie or...
4K movie or something like that,
Yeah, exactly.
then boom, my phone knows and it
It automatically
just
switches.
switches to 5G. So I get that
Super high speed.
Ultra HD experience.
Yeah, and no buffering.
No buffering. That's the worst.
The worst.
So yeah, it's like my phone's kind of like a chameleon, switching back and forth.
It is. And it does it all through software, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Wow. No hardware upgrades needed or anything.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so next up we've got carrier aggregation, or CA.
Carrier aggregation.
And this one sounds like it's all about speed, right?
Speed, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's essentially like adding more lanes to a highway, right?
Yeah.
So you can combine a bunch of different frequencies and get more data through at any one time.
Okay, so I imagine, if I'm on a single lane road and I'm stuck behind a slow truck, it's just the worst. But then carrier aggregation is like suddenly I'm on a 6-lane highway.
Yeah, exactly.
And everything's just flowing.
You can go fast. You can download a movie in just a few seconds.
Download a movie in seconds, really.
Yeah. Up to 2 gigabits per second is what they're saying is the potential.
2 gigabits per second.
Yeah.
Whoa. My current download speed feels like dial-up compared to that.
I know. It's crazy to think about how fast it can be.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to something that I think most people are familiar with when they think of 5G, which is enhanced mobile broadband, or EMBB.
Okay.
And this is the thing that everybody's talking about, the super fast downloads, the seamless streaming.
Right. The lag-free gaming,
Yeah, all that good stuff.
all that good stuff.
But it goes beyond that, right?
Yeah. This is kind of the foundation of 5G,
Okay.
And what it really enables is these things that we've been hearing about: augmented reality, virtual reality.
Oh, okay.
Being able to step into another world
Yeah.
and do that while you're on the go, do that seamlessly.
Yeah, so I could be walking down the street and suddenly be transported into virtual rainforest or something.
Exactly. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Okay, this next one sounds a bit more complex. Massive machine type communications, or MMTC.
MPC. All right.
What's that all about?
This one's all about scale.
Okay.
So imagine a world where millions of devices are talking to each other
Millions.
in a single square kilometer.
That's a lot.
It's crazy. All these traffic lights and smartwatches and cars and,
So everything's talking to everything else?
yeah, all interconnected and sharing data.
Wow. Okay, so how does it all work? How do you get, a million devices in a single square kilometer to talk to each other without causing chaos?
That's the beauty of 5G. The network is designed to be able to handle that level of density and complexity. It's like having a symphony, right? All these different instruments playing together in harmony.
Okay, yeah, a perfectly orchestrated symphony of data.
Exactly.
Okay, I can picture that. All right, phased array antennas. These sound kind of like Star Trek-y.
They do. It's very futuristic.
Yeah, what are they all about?
So these antennas are like a spotlight, right? Instead of just like a floodlight that covers a whole area, it's a focused beam of light,
Okay.
and it focuses the signal exactly where it needs to go.
So less wasted energy.
Less wasted energy, more precise.
More precision.
Yep. And the really cool thing is they're already using these in a lot of things, military radar, satellite communication.
Oh, wow.
So it's not a new technology, but 5G is really taking it to the next level.
Yeah, it's like science fiction becoming reality.
It is.
All right, ultra reliable, low latency communications,
Ooh, that's a mouthful.
or URL.
RLC.
That's quite a mouthful.
Yeah.
What is that all about? Break that down for me.
It's all about speed. Well, lack of delay, actually.
Okay.
We're talking about near instantaneous communication,
Wow.
like a millisecond or two of delay.
Okay, so for things like self-driving cars or remote surgery, where
Exactly.
even a tiny delay could be catastrophic.
Could be the difference between life or death, potentially.
Yeah, it was essential.
Yeah, super important.
Okay, that makes sense. Number 7 on the list is 5G standalone infrastructure.
Okay.
What's that all about?
This is the idea that instead of trying to like renovate an old house, you just build a brand new one.
Ah, okay, start from scratch.
Start from scratch. So it's a completely independent network, no more piggybacking off of the 4G.
Oh, so a clean break from the past.
Yeah. This allows for way lower latency, much higher speeds, much more reliability.
Right, so is this happening already, or is this...
It's happening. In the UK, EEE just rolled out a 5G standalone network.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So things are moving quickly in the 5G world.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch.
All right, let's talk about beamforming. Is this another one of those like laser beam things?
It is. It is. It actually goes hand in hand with those phased array antennas we were talking about.
Okay.
So imagine you're at a concert, right?
Right.
It's really crowded. You're trying to talk to your friend.
Yeah, you can barely hear them.
You're shouting in their ear.
Yeah.
Beamforming is like having a personal microphone, right? That's focused directly at your friend. So you can hear them and no one else can.
Okay, so it's like a noise-canceling headphone for my data.
Exactly. It cuts through all that interference.
I like that. Okay, we're down to the last 2 now. Number 9 is Open RAN. What is this all about?
This one's all about freedom and choice, right? So you're not locked into using one specific brand
Oh,
for all your technology.
okay.
You can mix and match different components from different companies.
Okay, so it's kind of like building a PC, right? Like I can get my motherboard from one company, my graphics card from another.
That's a great analogy. And it's doing the same thing for the telecom industry.
Yeah.
So operators can use components from different vendors. They're not stuck in these closed systems.
Yeah, so more competition, more innovation, lower costs, hopefully.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fantastic. All right, bring us home. Number 10, last but not least, what have we got?
This one is called network slicing.
Okay.
And it's the idea that you can take one physical network and divide it up into multiple virtual networks,
Oh,
all tailored for a specific purpose.
okay. Give me an example. I'm not sure I quite follow.
Okay, so say you're in a smart city, right?
All right.
And you've got all these self-driving cars that need super low latency connections.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've also got Wi-Fi hotspots that need a lot of bandwidth for downloads and stuff.
Right.
Network slicing allows you to basically create dedicated lanes on the highway.
Oh, so they're not all competing for the same resources.
Exactly. Each lane is optimized for that specific task.
That's really efficient.
It is, and it's also super dynamic, right? So if there's a sudden surge in demand, like rush hour for self-driving cars,
Yeah.
the network can adjust and allocate more resources
Yeah.
to that particular slice.
So it's like a network that can think for itself and adapt on the fly.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
It's clear that these 5G innovations are about way more than just faster downloads, right?
Yeah, it's really about a smarter network, a more adaptable network.
Yeah.
It's more powerful than anything we've ever seen.
Yeah. And it's not just potential. This is actually happening.
This is happening now.
Yeah. This is already changing how we connect and interact with the world around us.
It is, and it's only going to get bigger from here.
Yeah. Okay, so with all this amazing technology, we've got to take a step back and think about, what are some of the challenges we need to consider?
That's a great point. I think one of the biggest ones is making sure that everybody benefits from this.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want to create this digital divide where only certain people have access to this amazing technology.
Right. Equitable access. Yeah.
Exactly. And then security is another big concern, right?
Yeah.
With so much data flowing through these networks, we need to make sure it's secure, make sure it's protected from people who might want to do harm.
Yeah. Cybersecurity is a big deal these days.
It is. And then there's the environmental impact.
Yeah.
These networks take a lot of energy to run.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to make sure they're sustainable.
So it's a balancing act.
It is. We have to weigh the benefits against the risks.
All right. Well, this has been an incredible look at the innovations driving the 5G revolution.
Yeah, it's been a great overview.
But it's not over yet. Join us for part 2, where we're going to explore the real-world applications of 5G and how they're shaping our lives right now.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to the Deep Dive. So if you just joined us, you've missed a pretty amazing rundown of the top 10 innovations driving the 5G revolution.
Yeah, a lot of really cool tech.
Yeah, really cool stuff. But now we're going to see how all of this is actually playing out in the real world.
You got it. We're going beyond the theory now.
Exactly. So when I hear 5G, my mind immediately goes to like self-driving cars,
Yeah.
virtual reality, all the flashy stuff.
The fun stuff.
But is that really the whole story?
I mean, it's a big part of it, but 5G is also transforming industries that you might not think of right away,
Okay, like what are we talking about here?
like healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing.
Oh, wow. So it's really revolutionizing entire sectors.
It really is, yeah.
Okay, so give me some specifics. What kind of changes are we talking about?
Well, let's start with healthcare. Imagine a world where doctors can perform surgeries remotely
Oh, wow.
using, high-definition video feeds,
Yeah.
all thanks to 5G's low latency.
So like a surgeon in New York could operate on a patient in London
Exactly.
as if they were right there in the operating room.
That's right. It's already happening.
Wow.
And it's not just surgery. Think about remote patient monitoring. Doctors can track vital signs, adjust treatments in real time.
Yeah, no matter where the patient is.
Yeah, exactly. So this is huge for rural communities, people who don't have easy access to specialists.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. So it's not just about expanding access, but also about,
Efficiency.
yeah, and, making things more effective.
Right. And 5G is also enabling AI-powered diagnostic tools.
Oh, wow.
So these tools can analyze medical images
hmm
and help doctors detect diseases earlier.
Wow, that's incredible. So 5G is not just connecting people, it's connecting medical expertise
Yeah,
to
exactly.
patients in need.
It's really powerful stuff.
Yeah, all right. So what about other industries? How's 5G impacting manufacturing, agriculture,
Well, in manufacturing, we're seeing the rise of smart factories.
smart factories?
Yeah. So machines are all interconnected. They talk to each other in real time.
So everything's automated.
Yeah. It allows for greater automation, more efficiency, and it's much more flexible.
So robots working side by side with humans,
Exactly.
perfectly coordinated.
Yeah. And because 5G can handle so much data,
Mm-hmm.
manufacturers can collect data from every step of the process.
Ah.
So they can identify bottlenecks. They can see what's working, what's not.
So it's like having a constant feedback loop.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they can keep getting better.
Yep. And then in agriculture, we've got precision farming.
Precision farming.
Yeah. So farmers can use sensors, they can use drones
Okay.
to collect data about soil conditions, crop health, all kinds of things.
So instead of relying on gut instinct, they can actually make data-driven decisions.
Precisely. So, when to irrigate, when to fertilize, when to harvest.
That's amazing. I mean, that's got to increase efficiency, right?
For sure. It increases yields, it reduces waste, and it's better for the environment.
Yeah, so it's a win-win for farmers and the planet.
Exactly.
It seems like 5G is really touching every corner of our lives.
It is, even the things we don't think about.
Yeah, even the things we don't think about, it's everywhere.
And as these networks become more widespread,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to see even more innovative applications, more transformations.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of the serious stuff, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
Everyone's really excited about the entertainment side of 5G, right?
Okay, sure. This is where it gets fun.
Yeah. So what can we expect? What's coming down the pipeline?
Well, think about streaming 4K movies
Okay.
on your phone with no buffering,
Anywhere.
anywhere, even in a crowded stadium.
Wow.
Or imagine attending a live concert from your couch,
Oh, wow.
and it feels like you're right there in the front row.
Oh, that gives me chills. That's amazing. And what about gaming?
Gaming. Oh, man. 5G is going to revolutionize gaming
How so?
because of the low latency, no more lag.
Yeah.
So these immersive gaming experiences like cloud gaming.
So I could play any game on any device.
Exactly. Even on your phone.
Wow. So no more expensive gaming rigs.
No more consoles, just pure gaming bliss.
Yeah. Anywhere, anytime.
That's right.
That's the dream. All right. Well, let's not forget about the simple things. How is 5G going to change, just our everyday interactions with each other?
Well, think about video calls,
Okay.
but not the grainy, laggy ones we're used to.
Right.
5G will make it possible to have crystal clear HD video calls that feel like you're actually in the same room.
Oh, wow. So no more awkward pauses.
No more frozen screens.
Yeah. Just a smooth, natural conversation.
Exactly, even if you're thousands of miles apart.
Yeah. That's a game changer for families, friends who are spread all over the world.
It really is.
Wow.
And it goes beyond video calls. 5G is going to enable new forms of social interaction.
Like what?
So virtual spaces that feel real.
Okay.
So imagine like attending a book club meeting, but everyone's in a virtual room together.
Ah, I see. I see. So you can see and interact with everyone as if you were physically there.
Yeah. So it breaks down geographical barriers
Yeah.
and it creates a sense of community.
Yeah, absolutely. So 5G is not just about technology.
Right.
It's about connecting people,
Yeah, it's about bringing people together.
creating a more inclusive world.
That's the goal.
Oh, yeah, wow, this is all so fascinating. It really feels like 5G is not just an upgrade, but
Yeah.
like a fundamental shift.
It's a paradigm shift
Yeah.
in how we think about connectivity.
Yeah, and its role in our lives.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm excited,
It's exciting.
but I'm also a little terrified. I don't know.
I know it's a lot to take in,
There are just so many possibilities.
but let's not get too carried away.
Yeah.
We got to be realistic.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that we need to be cautious about as 5G becomes more widespread?
I think privacy is a big one,
Yeah.
right? These networks are collecting tons of data about us.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to make sure that data is handled responsibly, that our privacy is protected.
Yeah, with all this connectivity comes, the potential for surveillance, data breaches.
Exactly. And security is another concern. These networks are complex.
Mm-hmm.
They're vulnerable to cyber attacks.
So cybersecurity is more important than ever.
It is. And then there's the potential for job displacement.
Yeah.
Automation is a big part of 5G, so some jobs might be lost.
Yeah. What happens to those workers?
That's a question we need to answer.
Yeah.
We need to invest in retraining, upskilling programs.
So people are prepared for the jobs of the future.
Exactly. So it's about adapting,
Yeah.
embracing the opportunities while being aware of the risks.
Finding that balance.
Yeah, 5G is a powerful tool.
Mm-hmm.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
It's up to us to make sure it's used responsibly.
That's right.
All right, well, this has been an incredible look at the real-world impact of 5G.
It has. It's really eye-opening.
Yeah, we've seen how it's transforming industries, how it's changing the way we connect.
It's amazing to see how fast it's all happening.
Yeah, but the story doesn't end here. There's so much more to explore.
There is.
So much potential yet to be unlocked.
Join us for part 3, where we'll delve into the future of 5G.
Yeah, what might it hold for humanity?
Ooh, the big question.
The big questions. All right, we'll see you there. Welcome back to the deep dive. So we've talked about the top 10 innovations in 5G. We've seen how it's impacting the real world.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. But now I kind of want to look ahead, like what's next?
The future.
Yeah, the future. What's coming down the pipeline? What should we be watching out for?
Well, one of the big trends is the convergence of 5G with other technologies,
Okay.
like artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things.
So it's not just 5G on its own, but it's how it interacts with all these other
Exactly.
crazy new technologies.
Yeah, it's about creating something even more powerful.
Okay, so paint me a picture. What are we talking about here?
So imagine AI algorithms analyzing all this data that's being collected by 5G devices.
Okay.
And they're doing it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So you get smarter decision-making, greater efficiency,
Right.
more personalized experiences.
So smarter cities, more automated homes, just like a more connected
Exactly.
life in general.
Yeah, and it's not just about convenience. It's about solving some of the world's biggest problems,
Right.
like climate change, healthcare disparities.
Okay, how? Give me some examples.
Okay, so with climate change, you could have 5G sensors collecting data on air quality, traffic patterns, all sorts of things.
Okay.
And then AI can analyze that data to figure out how to optimize energy consumption,
Ah.
how to reduce emissions.
So it's like having this global nervous system that's constantly monitoring the health of the planet.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so what about healthcare? We talked about remote surgery and telemedicine.
Yeah.
But what else is out there?
Well, think about AI-powered virtual assistants.
Okay.
They can give you personalized health advice, monitor your vital signs.
Oh, wow.
They could even alert your doctor if something is wrong.
So it's like having a personal health coach.
Yeah. Available 24/7.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all very exciting.
It is exciting.
But with all this potential comes
Responsibility.
responsibility, yeah. We've got to make sure this is used ethically for the benefit of all.
Yeah, it's not just about the technology. It's about how we use it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be having these conversations about the ethics of AI,
Yeah.
the Internet of Things, 5G, all of it.
You can't just let it happen. We've got to be a part of
Got to shape the future.
shaping the future. Yeah, okay. But enough about the serious stuff.
Right.
Let's have some fun. Like if you could pick one futuristic 5G application that you're most excited about?
Woo, that's tough.
What would it be?
I think I'd have to go with holographic communication.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah,
You're talking about like Star Wars level communication?
I am.
Like Princess Leia projecting a message
Exactly.
to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but it's closer than you think.
Really?
Yeah. 5G has the speed and bandwidth to transmit huge amounts of data.
Okay.
So you can create these 3D holograms
Wow.
that can actually interact with their environment.
So holographic meetings,
Holographic meetings,
virtual concerts,
virtual concert.
family reunions where it feels like everyone's actually in the room.
Exactly.
They're
Change everything.
The possibilities are endless.
Limitless.
Yeah. So the future's looking pretty amazing.
It is, thanks to 5G and all the cool things it can do.
Yeah, it's a future full of possibilities.
But it's up to us to make sure it's a future we can be proud of.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's a great place to leave it.
I agree.
I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
We've talked about the past, present, and future of 5G.
The good, the bad, the exciting.
The amazing. It's been a real deep dive.
It has been.
And we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.